Today I'm going to discuss how shift happens. So in mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention over and over again to the present moment. It's really sharpening that awareness to what is actually happening now. And when you do that and practice that on a regular basis, a shift does happen. You have a different experience of life. It enables you to have a richer experience of life. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss with you 3 reasons and why I would suggest that you develop your own mindful practice. And before we do that, let's take a quick mindful breath where we close our eyes together and inhale and really feel that air coming in through your nose. Concentrate on, is it cold, is it hot, and then exhale that breath. So that was being mindful. And you could have a mindful practice of it could be just one breath, it could be a 5-minute daily thing, or it could be a sit down with your eyes closed meditation practice where you're constantly bringing your attention back to that breath. So one of the benefits I'm going to discuss today is sharpening your mind. We all know that going to the gym sharpens our body. We can sharpen our pecs, it could sharpen our abs, or define any of our muscles, and they grow stronger over time. But what a lot of us don't realize is that we actually can be sharpening our mind through mindful practice. And what that does is, if we continually bring our attention back to our breath, anytime the mind goes off into thinking, into planning, into the past, we're gently guiding our attention back to that present moment. And what it's increasing our capacity for awareness. It's sharpening our ability to focus, our attention, and our memory. And in the ADHD world we live in today, we could definitely all use a little more sharpening of our mind. Quite often people are sitting in front of their TV, they're watching the TV, they're on their phone, texting someone, talking to someone while they're eating dinner. So our attention is very diffused these days. So the quality of our attention is really suffering. So if you can bring back your attention to just that mindful practice, you could really increase your performance in general in life to more of a peak performance because you've got all those distractions out and you have a sharper mind. Another thing I'll discuss is how mindfulness helps you discover reality. So it helps you to see what's happening more clearly. A lot of the times we see life through our own filter, our own perception filter, and that's coming through judgments, expectations, fear, all sorts of fear-based, like a filter in front of us. So when we become more mindful, we can actually show up for life as it's happening and experience it as it's going on. When we detach from all the desires, the control, the demands, everything that our mind is producing on the sidelines. And so when we can see more clearly, we can start to understand we have these repetitive thoughts that may be coming up. So when we could see those thoughts coming up and again just kind of mindfully bring it back to the present moment, we're actually in life and we're discovering reality as it's happening. So as life is unfolding, we are there witnessing it. And you can be more curious and surprised instead of I know what's going to happen and that's tainting your experience. You could show up for life. Another benefit of practicing mindfulness is reducing overall stress and anxiety. So anxiety is trying to cope with the future. It's not possible to cope with the future. So obviously that's very stressful. And so anxiety is when we project some idea of what we think may happen and try to respond to that now. So we might experience that as sweaty palms or increased heart rate or maybe just a decreased experience of life. So it's really stealing our joy away when we are suffering from anxiety. And a lot of the times the things that we worry about don't actually happen. Maybe you're nervous that you're going to get in a car accident on a freeway, or you're nervous about whether or not you're going to land the job interview. So if you're in that job interview and you're worried about what the outcome is going to be, you're actually distracted from being present in that interview. And that in itself could lead to you not getting that job. So if you find yourself in a situation where you are projecting into the future and having anxiety, just take a deep breath and just focus back on bringing yourself into the moment mindfully, and then it will actually increase your performance. So I encourage you all to develop a daily mindful practice, and I wish you the best, and I wish you more moments of awareness and grace. And please leave me any questions below in the comments that you have about how to practice mindfully or any other benefits or any thoughts you may have on a mindful practice. Thank you.